just wanted to give you a quick rundown on how I end up using the JoineMe application in order to do screen shares in a reasonable way and avoid this this download problem that happens, especially on Windows, every time you click on a URL to take you to a JoineMe meeting. So the bottom line, first of all, is I never click on the URLs. The problem if you click on the URL, like this one, for instance, it's going to take you to your web browser and launch it this way. That's okay for just watching. If you know that you're in a meeting where you're likely to need to become a presenter, the web version doesn't do presentation. It has presenter status. You're going to end up having to download the app anyway. So I never end up using the web version of this thing, which means I never end up clicking on the links. But I will use the actual piece of the URL for the link that is the meeting code. So in this case, Sajetti USA, but you'll see some others in a minute. How I avoid the problem is anytime I have to do a JoineMe meeting, I actually keep the app, the actual downloaded app, you'll have to download it once, in the dock. And even if I'm invited to a meeting, I will actually launch the app. And I've got mine connected up to the account that I'm sending out credentials for, but let's just assume however you do it. If you're asked to join a meeting, you can enter the join code right here, just like you were going to do it through a web browser. I'm going to, for example, do the Sajetti USA one. These are all saved ones from ones I've had. You can type anything in here, including a temporary code that you've been sent. I'm going to do this, join the meeting. Clearly, since the meeting is not being held right now, I'll just get this screen waiting for presenter. Now, basically, this is exactly the same thing you'd see in the web version, but you've got the advantage here that you are now fully in the app. No downloads are going to have to take place because you've launched it from within the app. It won't try to do that to you. And you have the option of doing anything else that you would be able to do in JoineMe, including ask to become presenter or respond immediately to a presenter invite from someone else. So that's why I do it within here. I'm going to end this meeting and just, I think, show you one or two other things here. So what I've got here is I've already connected this JoineMe to my account, to the Sajetti account. You'll probably do the same thing with the credentials that I will have sent out. But in fact, if you need to change it to other credentials, I think that, yes, here it is, right down here. I can log out, and I'll show you what it'll look like when you bring this up the first time. When you download the app and bring it up the first time without actually having set up an account, you'll be given this this login screen. Here's what I do: use the credentials that I sent you. Sorry for the slow response here. Let me see if I can remember my typing. So go ahead and do this the first time with the credentials I say, and your JoineMe app will now be associated with that account. Automatically be logged into this Sajetti USA account. You'll be able to either join a meeting that somebody sends you a URL for, just take the code part of it out. You will be able to start a one-time code session if you want to. This will be the equivalent of the free account, which allows you to have a temporary meeting link with a temporary code, right? Or you can go ahead and use the Sajetti account here. And that allows you to do all kinds of things. I think this should be pretty clear. If you have any other questions, just let me know directly. The other thing I will tell you is that you won't get rid of the download problem entirely this way, because when JoineMe does updates to the app, even when you launch the app, it's going to do an update, but that only happens rarely. The problem that you were seeing yesterday was the fact that, unfortunately, when you start by clicking a link and ending up in the web browser, if you then have to take over presenter status, it always downloads a fresh copy of the app in the background. And I don't know why they do that. JoineMe's never fixed that, so here's how I get around it. Hope this all makes sense. Any questions, let me know. Thank you, guys.